What is something you will never give two fucks about? Write in the comments what you think about it. Enjoy the show. Story 1. My classmates calling me a freak for how I dress. I guess they don't know any other styles other than the copy and paste NPC 1 LOL. A girl had the whole audacity to tell me that it's not that hard to be normal and I should wear skinny jeans and straight my hair. Nuh-uh. Girl, sorry, but I'm in love with my messy curly hair and style. It represents me, and I'm just like that. 3. Story 2. People discussed about American government. Politics. If you don't like it, then vote to change it. If you turn a deaf ear to the dogma and don't vote, then you are voting for the status quo. Register to vote and vote for the candidate you think will change your life for better. Your vote changes your immediate area. Yes, the Americans don't vote directly for the president, but vote does count. Story 3. Most other people's feelings that don't give even one fuck about mine. I am on vacation with my nieces. I told them this is the one time I don't put myself first as they are my responsibility, but any other time I come first. If I'm not happy, no one around me, family, and friends will be happy. Put your happiness first and don't worry about others and what they think about you too. This trip I've had them kind of lose their shyness. Told them to be honest and open. I'm not the cool aunt, I'm the aunt they can always trust. 2 separate points that pretty much overlap. Story 4. Politics. No matter who is in the White House, no matter what laws are overturned by the Supreme Court, and no matter which dementia-ridden individuals are sitting in Congress, I will still have to pay bills and work my ass off to be able to barely survive just because I come from poverty. I will never own a home. I will not get the pension deals like the old days. I'm assuming the companies will pull stunts to not pay up, and I will never be able to chase my dreams because everything is run by money. Criminals make more than 8 do, an honest, law-abiding citizen. There are prisoners getting 3 meals a day, free healthcare and laundry done. They are and always will be living better than the from-poverty, law-abiding citizen. It doesn't matter anyways. We're all going to die one day, and nothing that any of us did will matter. Story 5. Being in a clique. Loathe them. From Greek life in college, why that's part of a college education is beyond me, to people I know in my town who own massive houses but only live in a couple rooms to work groups. I like people, don't get wrong, but what you see is what you get. I can get away with this because I work my ass off and get results, but at the end of the day, it's just a job. Story 6. Seeing quite a few posts stating sports, and I couldn't agree more. My answer is professional sports. I couldn't care less which team beats who, and TBH, it is a huge waste of time. Quite frankly, the players get paid a disgusting amount of money to showboat on TV and act like grown-ass children. Not to mention how often they get in trouble for stupid behavior off the field. It's all hype, and I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks so. Story 7. As a gay person, the LGBT community. It's at its core just like every other system designed to break people down. It's shallow at some of its highest times. I enjoy many of the surviving older gays when they share their experiences, and the highlight or fun times are definitely gone away with. But for a good reason. We aren't getting beat, killed, or discrimination against at the same level as we were back then, so we don't all necessarily seek out the safe place as much. I spent a lot of time with friends who are activated in the community, and always tried to support them if it seemed necessary to our friendship, but I always asked them to just keep me out of it and not talk about other people's business to me because I just simply don't care about the drama, and because I just live a more individualistic life that times time and effort to reach my goals, and I support others in such a way as, well, that oftentimes I feel the community can trample on carelessly. I appreciate relationships with a little more substance, as opposed to needing to rely on each other for support, if that makes sense. Story 8. The stuff other nerdy peeps hyper-focus on. Like I know some games are not great and have glitches, or anything else like that with other nerdy media. It's just such a weird thing to invest so much of your time in beating the same dead horses over and over again. Like, I don't start a new anime or game with much, if any, expectations, then lose sleep over if it does not measure up to my standards, let alone feel like I need to keep telling other people I don't like those bits of media. At most, I will try to finish the series game, and then maybe never play it again. Story 9 TV shows. I am so sick of them canceling Season 2 or Season 2 being inaccessible. Fuck TV shows. Honestly, they also add in random shit. No, I don't want to see rape that is completely irrelevant to the plot. No, I don't want to see people killing themselves that is also irrelevant to the plot. I did not need to see a side character that appeared for less than an episode do something triggering. Sickness. There is never any trigger warnings for sickness. I do not want to see someone throw up. Gore is disgusting. Sex is annoying. Everything about TV shows are annoying. I do not care about that shit anymore, and will refuse to watch TV shows because besides, for being annoyed by them, I will never care about them. Story 10. Whatever is the latest eyebrow trend, you stick around for long enough and you'll see it just thick, thin, thick, thin, thick, thin, thick, thin, who cares? It's like men's lapels and ties. If you just stand still, eventually the trend will catch up to you and then pass you by yet again. But the fact that people are now tattooing a trend, or like when was younger making them very thin to the point they wouldn't grow back, is crazy. Story 11. Donald Trump being shot but not seriously injured at a political rally. I do not feel sympathy for him because he is a horrible, divisive shitbag rapist who is trying to destroy my country for his personal gain. I do not in any way support violence in the name of politics, but beyond that I do not give 1, 2, or any real number of fucks about it. Story 12. Finding out who gave Matthew Perry the ketamine that killed him. If he was any other rando on the BLVD, dead from an OD, people would just shake their heads and say they did it to themselves. But since it's a Pretty Boy Friends star, authorities are trying to hunt down who gave him the dose, and I'm like, why? He had all the resources and time to seek help and chose to get high instead. He did it to himself. P.S. Keanu Reeves still walks among us, fucker. Story 13. OMG, my car, LOL. I live in Chicago and drive a 2010 Honda LOL. I parked it on the street until I moved in 2021 and got a parking spot inside. Building has a garage. I once scratched a lady's car and gave her my insurance info. The scratch was not even an inch, and she immediately called and filed a claim and just acted really hysterical over this scratch that wasn't even 1 inch long. I apologized so much, but realized I really don't give a fuck about the cosmetics of my vehicle. At all, LOL. And I don't want to judge anyone, but I remember thinking how weird she was because we were both okay and our cars were drivable and fine. Like people die in car collisions, and she was acting like we were bleeding and needed the cars towed. I would never want a nice car, or to care that much. Story 14. Honestly, most things. I've been in survival mode for 3 years now just trying to pay bills, and the harder life gets, the less energy I have to spend thinking about anything that doesn't pay bills or buy groceries. I have ambitions, and I'm sure I'll be able to care about more stuff down the road, but for the last few months, it's been food, sleep, work, gym, and whatever I'm watching during my little off time. Story 15. People breaking up with anyone at all. Note, this is from my experiences, don't hate. The best way to handle it is to just say, okay, they will regret their choices and ask to be back with you if you want to be with them. Do so. If not, then just say no, block them, and leave. When people break up with you, us usually for 2 reasons. 1, they have been cheating on you and will go with them after. Or 2, they want to make you feel bad and to get back with you to be treated like a queen or king after getting back together. Story 16. A big wedding. Probably won't get married at all, TBH. I have never been that girl who dreams of her wedding day. Quite the opposite. A wedding for me sounds awful. If I did by some chance get married, I'd do the legal stuff with just my siblings/partners' immediate supports at the registrar's office, and just have a small backyard party, or maybe a weekend camping trip to celebrate the joining of our families/friends. I do not want a white dress or to walk down the aisle or to have my first kiss with my husband and wife in front of hundreds of people. I have zero desire to drop thousands on catering, dress, and all that goes with a traditional wedding. Just sign a piece of paper and have a BBQ. Story 17. What other people think of me and what others have compared to me. I feel like this is a huge reason why I have such an amazing and abundant life. Found my perfect spouse very early in life. Had kids early in life and defeated all the odds that supposedly come with that with ease because I'm just living in my path and I focus on my path. So what I want comes easily to me, I guess. Story 18. Celebrities. I just don't exactly understand the hype. At the end of the day, they are regular people, just living their own lives. It's astonishing that the media will try to watch their every move just so the big shocking things can make headlines. And not all celebs are the saints they can be painted as. There are pedos, rapists, thieves, etc. Yeah, they can be attractive. Yeah, they make music/movies/clothing. But really, it's just someone who became highly publicized and is well known. They're literally just a person. Story 19. I don't give a fuck about Major League sports. People are obsessed with football and feel like sports stadiums are a major waste of taxpayers' money. These wealthy teams should afford their own stadiums. Many studies have found that these huge stadiums have no real, long-lasting impact on the local economy. They take up more valuable real estate with parking lots just for a stadium that isn't used most days of the year. Concerts are often played in smaller stadiums that can be configured differently for multiple sports or events. Story 20. I don't give two fucks if someone wants to be a different gender than the one assigned at birth. I'm down, and I will happily call them whatever pronoun they want. I might forget, but I won't be offended if they remind me. I don't give two fucks if people want to dress in drag. You do you. I do not give two fucks who people want to sleep with or marry as long as everyone is consenting and is able to consent. Love is love. Happy fucking. For the life of me, I cannot understand why some people spend so much energy being angry about all of the above. Story 21. I have never given two fucks towards any celebrity or influencer. Well, besides thinking, where do I know this face from? As soon as I know, I no longer care. I feel like a large portion of people care way too much about people they don't know. Who cares? If I think they are good, I will watch more of their work. If not, I will stop with whatever I just watched. Why would anyone care who is effing who? Why do people care about marriages, dating practices, and sexual adventures of people they don't know and will never know? Story 22. I really don't care much about management theory. I've worked at places with significant problems where they tried to bring in bold new strategies, and it didn't fix much. If most of your workforce is whiny, lazy, or incompetent, congrats, you've hired the dregs of the worker pool, and the best you can do is try to get the most out of your less experienced workers and the competents who haven't quit. But you can't wring quality work from someone lazy and disinterested no matter how much pop psychology and buzzwords you use. Story 23. I'll never give two fucks about distracting myself whilst I'm spending quality time with other people. Where will our lives go if we spend all of our precious time on distractions from real life and stories? Isn't that just a half-life? I watch people throw their lives and closeness to others down the drain. The magic of life left them, and they're the ones that opened the cage. Hardly anyone has ever picked up on my habits of being present with them, because they weren't present enough to notice. It seems everyone wants to prove to me that they're wiser than me, but it makes me sad. I just see lost souls. I'm helpless against it, and won't be part of it. At least I'll live a life that I tried to live. Story 24. Other people's shaming, and namely self-imposed shame, towards themselves or towards other people. Obliviously, this temperament comes at significant cost to me, but no matter how hard I try, it doesn't make any logical sense, nor do actions birthed from it. I just cannot seem to force myself to conform to it, or acknowledge it as legitimate, or even give a single fuck about it in the slightest. Story 25. Professional sports, the players go to the teams that are willing to pay them the most money. That player, whose jersey you are wearing, would leave your geographic area in a hot second if offered more money, even to the rival team. This makes all the teams exactly the same in relation to you, but for some reason, people get aggressive against someone wearing another team's uniform, for example, Red Sox and Yankees rivalry. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Be sure to write comments and share your stories.